I just want to make a video about the Gaza situation, right? Actually, Gaza situation is worsening, and also uh, the government of Netanyahu government, they say that they will occupy further in Gaza, and also they will hold the military. They keep the military and the forces inside the Gaza. So that is not a good sign in the future about the Gaza situation. That's all about the Gaza situation today, because they want the Israeli government. They want to go against the Germany, and also to France, and also to UK, because Israel have long tied with the European, but there is no sign of seeking or ending the war in Gaza war. So still it is like a kind of a ethnic cleansing is going on. So therefore, I think that in the future, it's unpredictable. It is catastrophic. It is clearly the ethnic cleansing is going on at the moment. But these countries like Iran and Afghanistan, these are the Buddhist countries before, and these countries were occupied the Muslims long ago. If you consider even Turkey was a Christian country. It is called Byzantines, right? Byzantines and the Constantinople. So as a country, Israel has a right to defend itself in which any means, at any cost, whatever it cost. So I think further escalation of the war and further go through the war, its hand on the Israel government, right? So they keep on doing it. So they have every right to defend on themselves and to their people and the country, right? And the next thing, of course, I ask from some experts, when it comes to today our topic, will India will win the trade war with the USA, right? Whether India will win a trade war with the USA depends on how you define the winning, right? What do you mean define the winning? What do you say about the winning? Say especially the winning, right? It's an important to understand the trade wars. Actually, the trade wars rarely have clear winners, right? In the world, in history of the world, right? And here is, you can see the breakdown, which suggests the conflict might involve how it could play out in between India and USA, right? How you define the trade war? The trade war involves the countries which is imposing the tariffs and also courts or other restrictions on each other, importance to protect domestic industries and or punish the trade practices. That is, we call as the trade war, right? And usually India versus USA, right? India versus USA. So who is advantage? Like if you see the metrics in the US and the India, you can say GDP growth. GDP growth, USA is 28 trillion, right? And India is like a 4.3 trillion, right? And the exports USA, you can say 2023, 2.1 trillion, 2.1 trillion, right, to India. So in India, it is 7.7 billion, 770 billion. So it is kind of say 770 billion into 2.2 trillion, right? So 1,000 billion is equal to 1 trillion, right? So it's a strong. So take an IP sector, IP strength. It's very strong in US, right? But in India, it's a growing and but behind, right? With the population, only we had 40 million in USA, but in India we have it's the largest population in the world, 1.42 billion people in the world, right? And the manufacturing base. You see the manufacturing base, the high-tech, capital intensive capital, the high-tech and capital intensive, right? But in India, US is high-tech and US is having capital intensive manufacturing base, right? When it comes to the India, it is rapidly growing, and especially in electronics and the pharmaceutical items, right? In the labor cost is very high in US, and in India is very low, right? So areas where the India can have a leverage, right? You can see larger market like India has a, you can see 1.4 billion people, make it attractive to the. It's like it's a consumer base. It's a consumer base, and alternative to China, right? Many Western firms like China plus one in investments in India, right? And strong service sector it has, especially in the in Narendra Modi's administration, right? We have, especially in IT, software, and the digital service, they have one of a strong service sector, right? And the growing manufacturing. When it comes to the growing manufacturing, India has a leverage, especially in electronics, semiconductor, and defense industry, right? What are the challenges India faces currently, right? With US trade deficit with the US, India exports more than the US than its imports, right? And when it comes to the dependency on the high-tech imports, right? Especially in India, specifically in the defense, aviation, and electronics, they have dependency on high-tech imports, right? So this is kind of a challenging to India facing at the moment. And other thing is less global financial clout. You can see the US dollar is still the world's reserve currency, right? Until some time, you can see in the future, right? And also another challenge at last, the less control over the global institutions. US dollar dominates it's a dominates IMF, International Monetary Fund, World Bank, World Trade Organization like influence, right? But it soon will be over. What are the risks that we have? The both sides, the risk actually for the US losing access the major growth market. That's a main point of the US. They're losing access to the major growth of the market. And secondly, slower adoption of cost-effective Indian tech talent from. Basically that's a huge mistake the US has done, right? What about the Indians? Losing access the capital goods, defense tech, and the premium export market they are losing, right? And the risk to the foreign investments also it's like a losing for them, losing point for them. Actually, in short term, India will win the trade war. No, we don't know. Short term, it's not a clearly winner. Both sides lose economically, right? But the long term, India has a structural advantage like young population and the growth economy and the geopolitical relevance. It's like quite alliances like with the China and with the US like this, with the Russia like this. Okay, and secondly, which could help it withstand or benefit from the shifting global supply chains, right? So, but still, it's a kind of a catching up to the US in terms of global influence and economical strength. Like a strategic outcome. What are the strategic outcomes you can see? Diversifying the trade partners like EU, Southeast Asia, and Africa, like this. Strengthening domestic manufacturing, like to make India and PLI scales, right? Better strategies. What are the better strategies? And like attracting companies leaving to China, to US, to India, right? These are the things. And building tech defense self-reliance. Should be self-reliance. The US also want to have a self-reliance. So that's why they are doing like this. We always support not to Indians. Okay, that's all of my video today, and I hope you enjoy this video. And please subscribe my channel, because I need your support to make this channel further. See you then, and God bless you, everybody. Have a great weekend, and wish you the happiness in your life. Bye bye. Good night.